You're probably trying to stop your toddler's tantrums as quickly as possible. Most parents do. We distract, we say stop crying, we try to fix it before it gets worse, especially when it happens in public. But here's the uncomfortable truth. What if the way you're handling tantrums is actually making them stronger? Picture this. You're in a grocery store, your child drops to the floor screaming. People are staring, your heart starts racing. You just want it to end. So you rush in, trying to control the moment. But what if that instinct is the very thing keeping the cycle going? And before you start blaming yourself, let me say this. You're not a bad parent. You're not a bad parent for reacting that way. You're a human being in a stressful moment, doing your best with what you know. When your child is screaming, your brain goes into survival mode. Your heart races, your patience drops, and all you want is for it to stop. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you care. Every parent has been there, feeling overwhelmed, judged, unsure what to do next. And the truth is, the problem isn't your effort. It's what we've all been taught to believe about tantrums. But here's what most people get wrong. Tantrums don't continue because your child is stubborn, spoiled, or trying to control you. They continue because we're trying to stop the wrong thing. We focus on the behavior, the noise, the crying, the chaos, so we interrupt it, shut it down, or rush to fix it. But underneath that behavior, there's something we're missing. Your child isn't trying to win. They're overwhelmed. And when we respond by controlling the moment instead of understanding it, we don't calm the storm. We quietly make it stronger. So here's the good news. This doesn't require more control, more discipline, or complicated techniques. In fact, it's the opposite. By the end of this video, you'll see 3 simple shifts, small changes in how you respond that can calm tantrums faster, reduce their intensity, and make these moments feel less overwhelming for both of you. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. So let's slow this down and make it simple. No complicated strategies, no perfect parenting, just a few small shifts, ones you can use right away, even in the middle of a meltdown. Here's the first shift, and it might feel a little uncomfortable at first. Japanese parents don't try to stop the emotion. Picture your child crying loudly, maybe on the floor, maybe in the middle of a store. The instinct is immediate. Stop crying, distract them, pick them up, fix it fast. But here's the problem. When you try to shut down the emotion doesn't disappear. It pushes back. At this age, your child doesn't have the brain development to regulate big feelings on their own. Their system is overwhelmed, and crying is how it releases that pressure. So what looks like misbehavior is actually emotional overflow. And when you try to stop it, you're not calming them. You're interrupting the process their brain needs. The shift is simple but powerful. Instead of trying to stop the feeling, stay with them through it. You don't need to fix it. You just need to not fight it. Here's the second shift, and this one changes everything. Japanese parents focus less on controlling the child and more on regulating themselves. Think about what usually happens. Your child starts screaming, and without realizing it, your voice gets louder, your body tenses. You try to take control of the situation. But the moment you escalate, your child escalates too. Because children don't just listen to your words, they feel your nervous system. When you're tense, rushed, or frustrated, their brain reads it as danger, and instead of calming down, they go even higher. So this isn't about being perfectly calm, it's about becoming aware. What calms your child isn't control, it's your regulation. The shift is small but powerful. Instead of raising your voice, lower it. Instead of rushing, slow your movements. Instead of trying to win the moment, soften it. Because your calm is what teaches their brain how to come back down. Here's the third shift, and this is where most parents accidentally make things worse. Japanese parents validate the feeling before they try to redirect the behavior. Imagine your child reaching for a toy, and you say no. The meltdown starts instantly. Our instinct is to explain. We can't buy that. You already have toys at home. Stop crying. But in that moment, your child isn't looking for logic. They're looking to be understood. When they feel ignored or dismissed, the emotion doesn't settle, it intensifies. Because to them, it's not just about the toy, it's about the feeling of wanting something and not being seen. So the shift is simple. Before you correct, connect. You really wanted that toy, didn't you? That's hard. You're not giving in. You're showing them you see them. And when a child feels understood, their nervous system begins to settle. Then, and only then, are they ready to hear you. Connection first, direction second. Here's the fourth shift, and it goes against everything we usually feel in the moment. Japanese parents don't rush the tantrum. When your child is melting down, there's this intense pressure to fix it fast. You want the crying to stop, you want the moment to end. So you speed up, you talk more, you try everything. But rushing doesn't calm a tantrum. It adds more pressure to an already overwhelmed system. Big emotions move in waves. They rise, peak, and slowly come down. And your child needs time to move through that cycle. So what looks like doing nothing is actually giving their brain space to regulate. The shift is quiet but powerful. Instead of trying to end it quickly, stay close, stay steady, and let the moment unfold. You're not letting it get worse. You're allowing it to finish. And that's what actually brings it to an end. Here's the fifth shift, and it might change how you see those intense moments entirely. Japanese parents don't try to teach during the tantrum. They wait until after. Think about what we usually do. In the middle of the meltdown, we explain, correct, remind. You need to calm down. We don't act like this. Use your words. But in that moment, your child's brain isn't available for learning. When emotions take over, the thinking part of the brain goes offline. They're not ignoring you. They literally can't process what you're saying. So the more we try to teach in that moment, the less it actually lands. The shift is simple. First, help them feel safe, help them come back down. And then, when they're calm, connected, and present, that's when you guide. That was really hard, huh? Next time, we can try this. You're not lowering expectations. You're choosing the moment when your child can actually learn. And when you step back, all of this comes down to one simple idea. Japanese parenting isn't about controlling the child. It's about supporting the nervous system. A tantrum isn't something to shut down. It's a signal that your child is overwhelmed and needs help coming back to calm. So this isn't about being stricter or more patient or getting it perfect. It's about seeing the moment differently. Because when you stop trying to control the behavior and start supporting what's underneath it, everything begins to change. So if we bring this all together, what actually works is simpler than it seems. You don't try to stop the emotion. You stay calm instead of controlling. You validate before you redirect. You don't rush the moment, and you teach after the storm has passed. None of this is complicated, but in real life, it changes everything. Because you're no longer fighting the tantrum, you're helping your child move through it. And if no one has told you this lately, you're already doing better than you think. These moments are hard. They test your patience, your energy, sometimes even your confidence as a parent. But the fact that you're here, trying to understand your child a little more, that matters more than getting it perfect. You're going to have days where you react, where you feel overwhelmed. That doesn't undo the love you show every single day. Your child doesn't need a perfect parent. They need someone who keeps showing up, even after the hard moments, and you're already doing that. So I'm curious, which one of these shifts stayed with you the most? Was it staying calm, validating first, or simply not rushing the moment? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. And if this gave you a new way to see your child, stick around. There's a lot more we're going to explore together.